I'll deal with that, because Stanford's supposed to be quite innovative and so forth. So he says this. So what they do is they tell the students, let's have a site, and it's in Stanford they do this. Besides the main project, they give marks for what they call the dark horse project. Dark horse project. So these are ideas that you don't know where it's going, where it will end up, but you know that there's something innovative that can come out from here, but you're not too sure. You don't want to take the risk. Okay? So they give projects and they encourage their students, as one of the assignments, to do this dark horse project. That means of all the ideas that you come up with, is there something that's innovative but you dare not take that risk? Because you do not want to get a B or whatever, you want to get that A. Okay, never mind. Treat it as a separate project altogether and pursue it. And maybe that can be the one that really hits, become the hit that you can have. So I thought that was really good because, here again, as I said, my focus is let's try to get our students innovations, and sometimes the innovation that great can be in the way of that. And let's see how we can do it. So I thought that was quite interesting. Maybe I'll share that with you. Yeah?
Let me share. To assess the innovations, my idea is, in my opinion, to assess the innovations, in my opinion, that if you think that the innovation has come up, will satisfy the criteria of innovation, right? It meets the customer and its new idea, they should get A, right? That's it's sometimes it's impossible to tell that which innovations is better than the other ones, right? It is not a competition, but any one innovation it's growing up from the students. They think and they have reasons why they innovate the things in such a way like this, because they want to meet the customer region criterion in each one, A, B, C. So that's why they innovate in this way. So we need a new things. So that's why once the new novelties or anything else that's come up from their mind or the idea. So I think we satisfied with the assessment, and that's my point.
Agree, but even in SP, when I talk to my own colleagues, when it comes to the final year, your graduate year projects, or they want that technical depth, yeah, and so forth. But sometimes the innovative idea, initial idea that the student comes up with, may not have that technical depth, but yet it can be a really change agent idea. And therefore, when it the faculty sees it and evaluates it, they say, this is not really suitable for a final year, it doesn't really address technical and so forth and so forth. So that's one way. What I was sharing with you from Stanford is just one way to encourage people to just try something new, go that angle. You might not end up anywhere, but at least you tried this idea, which may look pretty interesting, and see where it takes you, yeah? Rather than always the tried and tested way. Yeah. So again, I come back because for us, innovation is so important, and we're trying to encourage that. Yeah. TY. Okay, we're on the last stretch. But still got a lot of work to do. Okay, so Chi talked about this, having alignment between your outcomes you want to achieve. If we say we want innovation, how do we do it? We give them a lot of projects, a lot of design thinking methods, etc., activities that encourage them to think creatively. And then our assessment should reflect that as well. So as he showed you, with C, the D, it's all given grades, yeah, marks. So that's standard 11 we're looking at, assessment. And here, what the standard says that if you are assessing students' personal and if you are encouraging students to develop personal, interpersonal skills and product, process, system building skills, and so forth, then we should also test this. Okay, we should have. So let's look at methods that we could use to assess. I think this is familiar with you, the Bloom's taxonomy, and there's no. It's just a taxonomy of trying to get people to be more creative, to be evaluative, and so forth. So, but different parts or levels of the taxonomy, you will have different assessment methods that you apply. So written tests are normally good at the first 3 levels, which is remembering, understanding, applying. Okay? Oral tests, yes, you can ask them, give me your opinion, give me your judgment, tell me why you think this is so. So you can go quite high up. Okay? Creating, not so possible unless, on the spot, tell me a story. Yeah, anyway, or create a poem. Okay, assignments also, depending on the assignments you give, you can actually get them to analyze, to create, to evaluate. Yeah, so a higher order levels of thinking that can be assessed using different assessment instruments. Okay. So there are a range of assessment methods that we adopt, and I think T.Y. shared that with you, from report, his blogs, to journaling, to performance assessment, and so forth, and also peer assessment. Okay, so that's assessment, and we move on to the last one, which is program evaluation. Program evaluation, which is standard 12. Let me get a sense here. Do you have program evaluation in your university? You have? Sorry? In the plan. What do you mean? What's in the plan? You need to do. Okay. So it's been cooked, right? Okay, now. So evaluation. So what does that look like? So for CDIO, this is the standard 12 that we're looking at, program evaluation. So actually, the last 2 days, we've gone through quite a bit of stuff, actually. Yeah. For CDIO, we use the standards to do self-evaluation. The standards are used to help us to see where we are in terms of curriculum development, of achieving the CDIO syllabus, etc., as a self-assessment tool. So at current moment, that's our thinking. People from Europe says we are in no position to go to Singapore and tell Singapore, hey, you're not doing this well, integrated curriculum or so forth. So at current moment, the CDIO thinking is that you have to do your own self-assessment and be honest about it. Okay? No one in the world is going to come to you and say you're not doing right. We are in no position to do that. Yeah? So it's for you to do your own self-assessment. So they have come up with this framework where the standards are here. There's evidence of compliance. That means, okay, if you say, I have syllabus outcomes that specifies personal, interpersonal skills, and so forth, and has been validated, tell us the evidence. What's the evidence? Okay? And how do you rate yourself? And what are the actions that we have taken or going to take? Okay, we'll go through this a little bit. So for each of the standards, they have come up with a criteria, rubrics. Okay, so like 0 is, I have no plan. Yeah, you say you have plans, so yeah, we are aware, okay, so you're more than aware, you actually think, oh, well, working towards a plan, so between 1 and 2, okay, there's a plan, we're working towards that, okay, and then here there is an implementation plan, all right, and then here there is some documentary evidence that we have implemented it, yeah, and in level 5, we are reviewing regularly, and we use it to make improvements. Okay, so this is what we call a generic rubric. And for each standard, for example, standard 3, they have their own specific rubric. So for Standard 3, which is integrated curriculum, at 0 is that there is no integration of skills or our courses in terms of discipline. No, we don't have anything. We're all still by ourselves, okay? In second one, yeah, we started to analyze our curriculum, and we started to do some initial mapping of it, you know, where the, you know, remember Linda showed that snake diagram, where the skills are going to be taught and so forth, which modules or which courses can come together. Then in level 2, there is already a curriculum plan that has been designed where disciplinary learning and skills are approved by, say, your dean, for example. Okay? And then here, throughout the years, not only 1 year, but I show you evidence that I put it in second, in third year, in fourth year. And then there is here that these skills are addressed in all our courses. And finally, we review it with our stakeholders. So for each particular standard, there is a rubric. So what we're going to do now is an active learning method technique called Jigsaw. Okay, this active learning technique called Jigsaw, which I was supposed to do in the morning, but we can do it now. So Jigsaw is actually a cooperative learning approach where the instructor does not lecture, but facilitates student learning. Okay, and the students form learning teams in which they teach themselves and each other. So what happens is that the students in the team must form a contract, or it's a sort of an unspoken contract, that we work together and we're responsible for our own learning. Okay? The student engage with the material, so I'm not going to summarize the material for you. You're going to read it yourself and make sense of it. Okay? And you are going to then tell others about it. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we got handouts. The four standards. It's a Word document. Word document. Do you have the Word document? Word document. Professor Mana? Yeah. I don't think they have it, yeah. Do y'all have this one? A Word document, yeah. Word document. Yes, that's the one, yeah. Okay, Word document. Okay. So what I've done is I've prepared the study notes for 4 concepts. Okay, the 4 concepts here is the standard 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so what you have with you are notes for standard 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you turn to the second, the third, and the fourth, and the fifth pages, you will see standard writes up about each standard. Okay, in your classes, it could be any 4 concepts that you want to teach. For example, business could be product, marketing, whatever, and so forth. Different concepts of marketing. Yeah, so 4 concepts. And then what we're going to do is form you into groups of 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Professor Mana, 4. Yeah. Then we start 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, and got an extra 1, just drawing together. Okay, so groups of 4. Okay, and you call yourself the base group. So each of you are called a base group. Group of 4, you call the base group, and each has 1, 2, 3, 4. Then each student is assigned 1 concept, okay, from the study notes, and they study that notes individually. So you study standard 1, the first number 1s, all the number 1s study standard 1, all the 2s will read standard 2, and all the 3s will read standard 3, and all the 4s will read standard 4. Okay? And you read it individually for a short while. Then you will form expert groups, where all the ones come together, all the twos come together. Now, all the ones, you have to move to there because she's there and she's number one and she has crutches, so she can't move around, right? Is that, oh no, she left already. I thought she was there. Okay, she's left. So anyway, all the ones and all the twos, you come together. And you're called the expert group. And then you are going to discuss what you have read and make sense of it. Because at the end of it, you're going to teach that particular standard to your colleagues in the base group. So you notice each of you are going to be an expert in one of the standards. So similarly, if you look at the concepts that you teach in class, if you have 4 concepts, then if each student take one concept, they are going to be an expert in one concept. And they're going to come back to teach the others in that concept that they become expert. And remember we said if you have to explain something to someone, you will understand it better. Yeah? Okay. And then you return and you teach each other. Okay, when all the groups have learned, then we will start to discuss as a class our understanding and the things that we are not clear about. Okay, so that's what we're going to do now. You all are base groups of 4. You have you have a handout, standards 1 to 4. All the 1s take 1, 2s take 2, etc. And yeah, so standard 1, standard 2. And what you're going to do now for 5 minutes is just read that standard. Okay, the standard that's given to you. All the 2s get together, all the 3s get together, all the 4s get together. Okay, and you're going to discuss what you have read. Okay, and how best can you explain it back to your own colleagues in your base group. All right?